amazing and wonderful day, beloved twins, beloved twin collective. I'll just call it like that. Welcome to this video that I'm making to assist you in your beautiful um, reconnection and or remembrance of your direct source connection and your divine union with your beautiful twin. So this channel is intended to assist the twin flame union, inner union and outer union. And yes, we're gonna start with so they asked me if we have different levels of consciousness to integrate. Yes, we do. In humanity, there's usually just the first one where it's like you become in union with your twin and that's it. But your soulmate or whatever. But for twin flames, because we do have a soul mission here on Earth, and we are high we are like the older brothers and sisters. We do hold different templates, and so we don't only have to work in our inner union, but we have to work in our outer union with our beautiful twin, and then the collective's divine union, which means just assisting the whole. How do we assist them? By working on ourselves. Okay. Everything comes back to ourselves, no matter if you're working in your outer union, the twin flame collective unions. It all comes back to just you working on your inner union, and that's it. Everything just unfolds in divine timing. Exactly. So today we're going to be talking about what is a timeline conversion. Okay, and this was a question that I was in a timeline conversion and I didn't even know what it was. Okay, so I'll just start by saying that this month of July, there are timeline conversions that are happening. And basically what happens is that portals are open in high level angelics at master level. I'm going to repeat that. At master level, okay, master level angelics hold space for a community of other light beings or beings that are working to assist Gaia in her ascension. And they hold space in what they call healing containers or integration containers or portal containers. And these containers with the whole space and what for the frequencies are pulled into the grids. And like I have mentioned before, when one of us works and we hold one of the 144,000 is activated at such high levels, master levels, we hold a lot of frequency. But when we come in connection with our twin or any other 144 or any other light beings that are activated in their DNA strands and high heart chakras, we create a lot of changes on the grids. So when one of our master level crew members hold space for us in these groups, we create big changes. And this month of July, several of the plasma mothers are holding space for this convergence. So the timeline convergence basically is an upgrade of the grids so that there should only be one timeline, like one organic timeline. There's a difference between options and source wanting to experience different experiences on Earth, and to that, but when those timelines are distorted, source is not able to experience itself as it wants to. So for this to happen, these timelines need what they call healing or upgrade or restoration, whichever word you want to use, into its organic blueprint so that source can experience itself like it intends to. And this usually means paradise, blissful, loving experiences. And this is for us and for humanity. So timeline convergence, or holding space for this convergence, is holding space so that these timelines may upgrade, or so that the distortions may dissolve. And what happens is the event is whole, but the healing or the upgrades usually happen with a little bit of timing. A few years later, probably they're still integrating into the grids. So this is gonna keep happening for Gaia for as long as we're on mission, because Gaia needs to be, she is already ascended, but it has to come to a point where all of humanity is able to come back into source. We're all going back into source, one way or another, but it takes time, and it takes open heart beings that will, from the heart, from their soul level, want to do the work, okay? So that is what a timeline convergence is. It's the healing, restoration, upgrade, restoring of distorted timelines into our highest timeline for Ascended Mother Gaia Sophia Christ Plasma, okay? So this month of July, there's several plasma mothers that are holding space for this beautiful timeline. When I'm speaking to the collective, and the collective receives this download. It's intentional, so that they know that this space is being held in case they want to participate. I myself, I'm working on other projects, but I probably will be attending one of those. And I'll mention the 4 plasma mothers that I usually have worked with in the past, and it's Mama Sandra Walter, Mama Kaya Ra, Mama Tiffany Tin, and C from Earth Star Academy are the plasma mothers that are holding space for the integration of these timelines and other profound works. Okay, that's my personal work, what I have personally worked with, but you do your own research and follow your heart, and to whoever you feel comfortable as a guide for holding space, if you want to participate in this, the integration of timeline convergence. Now, why is this important for twin flames? So for us to be able to come in divine union, inner union, first of all, and then outer union with our twin, and then assist the collective, we need to be in alignment with our highest timeline. So if we have lower timelines playing out, it's like a frequency block that doesn't allow us to come in to our divine union. Oh, there's a lot of clearing coming on. So when we clear these distortions, these lower timelines, these frequency blocks dissolve. And what happens, or at least what I have experienced, is that, you know, the the inner union with my twin, it just is getting stronger and stronger. And there's just knowing, and this safety, and this peace, this oneness that is like everything's gonna be perfectly okay. It's just like everything is just gonna work. I don't know how, but it's just this knowing that everything is working out for my highest good. And it took a long time, okay? It wasn't easy. It took a lot of healing for me to work through these timelines. But what happens is basically it's like a frequency fence between you and your twin. And that frequency, it's the distorted timelines, and they have to be resolved in the highest possible manner. And when that happens, it's the unity with your twin is just like, it just is. It's just, yeah. So it happens in many levels. It happens at a physical level inside of you, first of all. For example, your left brain and your right brain start functioning as with balance. Your left eye and your right eye. So in my case, my biggest problem was my right eye. the flow of energy on the right side of my body was it was very, very, very heavy. This is because I am connected to the grids, the dragon ley lines, and so it's like we're healing ourselves. We're healing the ley lines. That's why they call it master level, babies. That's why we're master level. Yes, this is master level. Twin flames is master level. Okay, it's not the same as soulmates. It's definitely not the same as soulmates. Okay, and so we keep going. Okay, so that's it. Healing the distorted timelines, the lower timelines, you are in harmony and for the good of all. Yes, without the solution with compassion, with admiration, with eternal love. It's what causes yeah, this beautiful timelines to dissolve. They're still beautiful because even though they were distorted, we did learn from them. So we let them go with love, unconditional love, and we align ourselves to our highest timeline. And as we do that, our twin, it doesn't matter which twin does it first. As long as one is doing it, the other one is it's automatically getting the upgrades too. So as both twins align to the highest timeline, the solution in the physical realm, it just happens in a very natural way. There's not a lot of big effort that has to be done. The effort has to be done inside. And yes, we have to trust the divine. And this is the hardest part because we always want to control. But when we do trust the divine, it just unfolds in a much more beautiful way than you expected. At least for me, it wasn't what I was expecting. And it just turned out to be so much more beautiful than, I thought it was going to be. I had this mental image or, like desire of how things will work out, but they just worked out in a different way. And it's just beautiful. Okay, and then the last thing I'm going to add for this twin flame reunions that are happening all over the world is that a lot of people see me that, like I'm always holding the highest timeline. The reason I'm able to do that is because I have experienced what they call Cupid's gift. What this is, or what I have, what I understand that is, it's the first moment in which my higher self was able to connect with my lower human self. So I call it the soul, the spiritual soul, and then I call the human soul. They're both a soul, okay? They're both parts of my consciousness. So as this both parts came into the first contact, an activation happened in my heart, and it was just this beautiful bliss, and it lasted hours, and it was just the most beautiful thing I have ever experienced in my life, in this lifetime. It was just beautiful, beautiful. So what I understand that happened is that what happened is that my soul, my higher self, came in contact not only with me but also with my twin. So my basically I'm bringing that from my soul into my body. It's merging. After that moment, it's just be merging and merging and merging, and it just so happens that my soul is my twin. So I'm not focused on my twin. I'm not focused on what he's doing. At the beginning, well, to be honest, I didn't know I had a twin. I was just focused on my healing and on my soul, and it just happens. He just happened to show up. So yeah, yeah, and so the merging just keeps happening, and so a lot of people on the reason I'm able to discern why people are trying to distract me out of my highest timeline is because I had that experience. I experienced my soul already. So in the conditional love it holds. So when distraction appears, trying to distract me and take me another different route with bombing or warfare tactics or what they call that, gang stalking or whatever, all those words that I don't even understand. When they try to distract me with any of those tactics, it just doesn't work because I have experienced unconditional love from my soul, from source, and because I know I know how it feels, I know what it is, I know what it is not, because I know what source unconditional love is, and because I know what my twin is, energetically, I know what it is not. So yes, it is not love bombing, it is not gang stalking or whatever those words are. Just it's just not any of those um cursing or criticizing or judging. Is none of that. And so because I know unconditional love, I know what it is not, from experience, not because I read it, not because somebody said it. It's because I have a direct experience of unconditional love of my soul. My soul has touched me. That's why they call it the gift of Cupid. It's a gift, not only for myself, for all the effort that I put into my healing and to my self-gnosis, but also a gift for humanity to, because when I receive it, humanity receives this unconditional love. So what I understand, from our um, from our mission, is that we are not to be hiding from humanity. All the opposite. We have to hold. The more love we hold, the more humanity will feel it. That does not mean confirmation. That does not mean we put ourselves at risk. We do not put ourselves at risk in any way or form, because if we do, who's gonna hold this love? But the more love we hold, the more we're able to come in contact with humanity, and then they receive this beautiful love. Yeah. So that's it for today, beloveds. This is for the Twin Flame channel. I just started it. Has like 2 or 3 videos only, and I only come back when important information is for the twin flame community, because like I said, it's master level. Okay, master level. It's not for babies. It's very hard work. It's not soulmates. It's not the boyfriend and the girlfriend. This is a lot of work over many lifetimes. And so there's not a lot of us that have reached, yeah, it's happening over the world, but we need more. So, I hope this helps you on your own journey. Thank you for your patience, and thank you for receiving these beautiful frequencies that are coming in to assist us. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Yes, I love you. I love you. Bye bye.